Well, in simple terms, leasing is strictly an alternative method of financing a car. Unless you're paying cash, which is fine. Leasing, basically compared to financing, is a fact where you don't pay the full price of the car and you don't pay all your taxes up front. You break it down to an estimated value after a certain portion of time. That's estimated by Toyota because they're willing to take the car back at that time based on an estimated value. So during a lease, you pay a portion of the car and you pay taxes as you go along, and that's one of the difference between financing and leasing. When you finance, then you pay all your taxes up front. The name of the ownership is yours because you paid the taxes. When you lease, you pay monthly to the leasing company and they submit it to the government. If the taxes are not received by the government, well, you don't want them coming after you, you want them going after the leasing company. That's why their name is on the ownership. That's the only reason. Otherwise, leasing is strictly an alternative method where you keep some of your payment with you rather than paying full as you do in the finance and decide later on. Now, a couple advantages of that. You have a lower monthly payment. So I'll give you an example. If a car payment is 800 and a lease it is 600, well, for the 4 or 5 years that the payment is less, you can take the 200 and actually put it towards your mortgage and save a ton of interest. In the end, if you look at it, a car will always have a payment. Somebody tells me, well, I hate payments, and I've had a gentleman do that. And I go, not a problem. Where's the money coming from? And he said, I'm saving. I said, well, there's your payment. So whichever way you look at it, you have a payment. Now, you may not be paying interest when you pay cash, which is fine. But that's where you've got to see, how can I make use of the money I'm putting out? That's a difference. Otherwise, there is absolutely no difference as far as ownership of the car, as far as maintenance of the car, servicing of the car, insurance of the car. It is strictly an alternative method of financing the car. I like to help people in making use of the best use of the money that they're spending, and that's why I enjoy this job. When I meet people, I don't tell them leasing is the best way, though I think it is one of the better ones. But I give them options and I tell them, here are the options if you finance, if you lease, here are the boundaries, here are the limitations, here are the details on it, and I let them decide. And I love doing that.